Are you riding the blood sugar roller coaster without even realizing it? Larry Logsdon joins Dr. Adam Brockman, co-host of the nation's largest weekend syndicated health talk show, to reveal how noni juice may be the natural answer to statin concerns, fatigue, and metabolic imbalances. Could one tropical fruit help stabilize your energy, cholesterol, and even your mood? Are we overlooking ancient remedies that still work today? Stay tuned. This might change the way you fuel your body.
We've been talking about blood sugar and the balancing act with it and why this conversation matters more than ever. I want to be honest with you. Most of us treat blood sugar like some boring numbers game meant for diabetes and lab coats. But here's the truth. Your glucose levels, they're the invisible puppeteer of your energy, your mood, and even cravings. In this world where even healthy grocery aisles are landmines of hidden sugars and sedentary lifestyles are the norm with us, we all are just one bad snack away from joining that blood sugar roller coaster. So this is about awareness. Modern food marketing has us convinced that fruit yogurt, granola bars, and even whole grain bread, they're healthy choices, while the manufacturers are quietly loading them with enough sugar to spike even the most fit. And if you combine that with, we're screen glued now. We're always looking at a device. We're movement starved. And it's no wonder obesity and metabolic disorders are skyrocketing. But we can't continue to blame willpower instead of biochemistry. That 3 p.m. craving for cookies, it's not a weakness. It's your brain screaming for fuel after that glucose nosedive that has been triggered by your lunch of white bread, processed ham, and a Snickers bar. But the good news, nature gave us the antidote. Real food, like fiber-rich veggies, quality fats, and yes, even strategic carbs. They can stabilize glucose without the drama. Movement, even just walking, acts like a reset button for insulin sensitivity. And spices like cinnamon aren't just festive, they're metabolic ninjas. Yet we drown this simplicity into just noise with restrictive diets, conflicting headlines, and those expensive quick fixes that ignore the root causes. So here's my take. Blood sugar balance is another one of the foundations every other health goal should be built on. If you want better focus, if you want to stabilize your energy levels, if you want fewer cravings, start here first before chasing those biohacks on TikTok. Small shifts matter most. Eat those meals in order. Veggies, protein, carbs. That helps to decrease that spike in blood sugar. Move after eating. Like I said, just 10 minutes. And sleep, because your metabolism, it depends on that sleep. It's not radical, it's common sense that our ancestors knew instinctively before big food, they complicated it. So let's stop treating blood sugar as a concern only when your doctor tells you you are pre-diabetic, and let's start seeing balanced blood sugar for what it is. That's the secret sauce to feeling human again. Your body isn't working against you, it's waiting for you to work with it. And with that, please join me in welcoming a visionary in functional foods and a true pioneer in tropical nutraceuticals. That's Mr. Larry Logsdon. He's the founder of Tahiti Trader and one of the world's leading researchers in bioactive plant compounds. For decades, Larry has dedicated his work to researching and unlocking the healing wisdom of traditional Polynesian medicine. In particular, the extraordinary benefits of noni, a fruit so potent it was once and still is called the aspirin of the ancients. From supporting immune function to promoting cellular rejuvenation, Larry's noni juice is packed with compounds that science is only beginning to fully understand. And today, Larry will share groundbreaking research on how this superfruit outperforms synthetic supplements. It delivers real measurable results for everything from inflammation to energy levels. So whether you're struggling with chronic health issues, blood sugar, you're curious what statins do to your body, or simply looking to optimize your wellness naturally, this is a conversation that could be the missing link for what you've been searching for. With that, Larry, welcome to the Dr. Bob Martin Show.
Good morning, doctor. How are you?
I'm doing great, and thanks for joining us today. You've probably heard the first segment, which we're talking about blood sugar. I want you to expand on that because everybody's got a little take on that. I know blood sugar is so important for balance in the body. Would that be your take, Larry?
Oh, absolutely, doctor. The biggest issue, folks, is most Americans have become numb to what the body is telling us. It's telling you if you're good or you're not good. Now, some people say, oh, my God, I don't feel like I used to. I don't know what my problem is. And they go visit the doctor. And he says, oh, you've got high cholesterol. And now you've got out of whack blood sugar. And oh, my Lord, your blood pressure's out of whack, too. I need to get you some medicine. Well, do you really have a shortage of medicine? Or is it something that's out of balance in your body that you need to correct by changing some of the foods that you're consuming? The reality is foods is the answer, folks. Always has been. In fact, my dad always used to tell me, those statin drugs, they come right from red rice. They're not new. They just charge you a lot of money for them. And they're super potent, and they cause lots and lots of other problems.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're exactly right, and you just hit that on the head with it when you said about about rice. Red yeast rice is a great supplement that helps to the heart health. It's very heart healthy, and people they're just flock to these statins before that becomes something. And I know, Larry, you brought up this stat to me that over 17 million people may be taking statins that don't need it. So outside of red yeast rice, coenzyme Q, the omega-3 fatty acids, you also told me that noni juice, which you make through Tahiti Trader, really helps with that antioxidants. It helps with that blood sugar control, and if we can decrease the use of statins, which again we can get into a little bit more detail later in the show, but all these things, the side effects with statins, what are we doing to ourselves?
It's freaking dangerous, Doc. I'm not kidding you. The thing with these statins, folks, is that they will kill you. In fact, I've got a friend of mine who had mild elevation of his cholesterol, was in seeing his doctor. He put him on some statins, and inside of 9 months, he was gone, dead. And he would not get off the statins. I said, Jim, this is not good for you. You need to do something different. And all of a sudden, one morning, when he was trying to roll out of bed, he had a heart attack and passed away. And this is because our bodies aren't made to be operated like this. It puts a big, big, big load on your liver, making it difficult to create the enzymes that make everything work in your body. So that's what happened to Jim Davis is his name. And he passed away now a few years ago. But the big one that I'd like to talk about today is a fellow who's he's a professional athlete. He's a hockey player, a fellow named John Sheehan. And he, too, had a similar sort of situation. We'll play a little clip of him a little bit later in the show. But you'll find out, folks, when we come back, this is an amazing story that he gets to tell us.
All right, friends, we're talking with Mr. Larry Logsdon of Tahiti Trader, and it's time for a quick break. All right, we're going to get back into it with Mr. Larry Logsdon. Larry, we've been talking about blood sugar control and statins and the risk of statins, and you brought to me a very great clip about a professional athlete that had his a little bit of health problems before he found Noni Juice. Phil, can we go ahead and play that clip?
Hey, John, can you tell me how did you hear about Noni Juice? Where did all that start?
So Frankie Boyer, when I met her, I had a lot of diseases, and what had happened real quick, 2018, I took a heart attack. They put me on Lipitor, 80 milligrams a day right out of the gate. 4 months later, my body shut down, complete shutdown. I ended up with diabetes type 1, necrotizing myopathy, immune disease, which is where my inflammation is eating my muscles. And you know what? And some other diseases too, right? And then the side effects of the diseases that caused me. So I met Frankie, I think about almost 3 years ago. She had Noni Juice. She was drinking Noni Juice. And she says, you got to try it. And, I was like, nah, I was not into that sort of thing, right? So I finally tried it. And it took a little bit. And I'll tell you, the biggest bang for my buck out of the noni juice is keeping my blood sugar levels down. Yeah, my insulin, I was, with the type of diabetes I have to take insulin before I eat, and then long-lasting insulin. But my blood sugar was always spiking. The noni juice leveled it off, and I actually am taking much less insulin nowadays. And I attribute that to the noni juice.
So you started using it a couple of years ago, and you found that your blood sugar is better. And what are other kinds of issues that were you dealing with, and how are they?
So the necrotizing myopathy, it's a very rare fatal disease. The average lifespan once you get it is 5 years. I'm going on 7 years now. My muscles have been eaten away, but they still have strength to them. And as of right now, they check my CPK levels. That's how they determine if the inflammation is eating away at my muscles. So my CPK levels were always high. I started taking the noni juice. My CPK levels, every blood test I get, which is every 3 months, is either in range or well below the range that it should be, which is good. Below the range is good. So that's, I have to attribute it to the noni juice.
All right, Larry. So again, that was Jim, and he was a professional athlete. What was he a hockey player? Is that what you said?
Yeah, John Sheehan was a professional hockey player playing upstate New York. I don't recall the team name right now. And basically, a long story short, he went into the doctor because he wasn't feeling right. And, of course, what they do is they say, oh, your cholesterol's high, your blood sugar's out of whack, and let me take care of this right here with the statin drugs. And for him, he went on the statins, and within 4 months, which same thing happened to my friend Jim Davis, who passed away now, the body shuts down because the muscles are just inactive. It creates so many problems, and it's not necessary, folks. Here's why. If you have a cholesterol problem, noni, drinking it every day, will bring your numbers down significantly. Study from 2012 showed that if you drank 1 ounce of noni juice a day, just 1 ounce a day, you could see a difference of around 30% reduction in your cholesterol level as a general rule. Now, that's a lot of numbers. So if you're running a cholesterol of, say, 270, do the math on this. You'll come right into range. Why is this? Because cholesterol is the result of inflammation, and noni helps manage inflammation by managing the COX-2 enzyme, which is what triggers more and more of the same thing. So it's an amazing thing when you start to use it, and you'll find that it's the foundation of wellness. Everywhere in the world they use noni, except here in the United States. Gee, I wonder why.
Mm-hmm. And that is your goal, right? We need to spread noni across the country. And as you said there, just decreasing with noni juice the inflammation in the body, that is a key component, because I want you to expand. You talked about the cholesterol a little bit, but talk about how noni juice can help your blood pressure, to help with diabetes, managing that blood sugar, and even taking that step further, maybe even help with some wound healing.
Well, that's what noni's all about, Doctor. You see, folks, the name of the game for the body, it's a walking, talking chemical factory. You give it what it needs, and it'll make the stuff to fix your body. So what noni does is bring in the necessary cofactors that your body needs in order to start doing the healing. So this is really important. When you drink noni, you're going to see that your blood sugar levels off. It'll come down 20, 30, 40 points sometimes. Depends on the person. Everybody's different, of course. And the reason why this is because it helps the liver heal, because the liver is doing all the work. And most of the time, you don't realize that you've poisoned your liver. So noni is helping cleanse the liver so it can operate like it's supposed to. It's not rocket science.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Larry, now I know that you mentioned one of the questions I get. You're a favorite of the show, so we get a lot of questions on noni juice. One of the questions I get often is, what does noni juice taste like, and also where do we find it at? So those are the common questions I get from listeners.
Well, Doc, we have two formulas. We have the island style, which is the way they make it in the islands. It's a fermented fruit juice product. I mean, it tastes like vinegar. It tastes pretty nasty if you want to know the truth. However, we have also our original formula blended with blueberry and raspberry, and it's freaking great tasting, and it'll make most people feel the way they want to and get the results they're looking for. And it's an amazing product, and you can find it, of course, at Vitamin Shop and GNC and Sprouts Farmers Market and Whole Foods and these places. So we're around this, and you can also find it on Amazon.com.
Mm-hmm. And you've been kind enough to go ahead and give the Dr. Bob special, which again, if you go ahead and call or visit TahitiTrader.com, and we'll give that information after the break. But you're going to get 2 Noni juices, a book that Larry wrote, How to Build an Amazing Immune System, and a branded shot glass. So we'll get right back into that after the break with Larry Logsdon. You're listening to the Dr. Bob Martin Show. Now let's get back into our conversation with Mr. Larry Logsdon of Tahiti Trader. We've been talking about Noni Juice, and right before the break, we were talking about the Dr. Bob Martin Show special. Larry's been a favorite guest of Dr. Bob and I for a long time now, and he's had this Dr. Bob special. So, Larry, can you tell us about the special?
I certainly can, Doc. Folks, what we have a 2-bottle special, either our Island Style or our blended original Noni Juice. 2 bottles for $67.95, and you get a free branded shot glass together with a book that I just wrote called Build an Amazing Immune System. You're going to love it. The 2 are extra for free, but they're $20 value, and they're all available on our website at TahitiTrader.com. That is TahitiTrader.com. Look for the Dr. Bob Martin special, and you can select the Island Style, which is going to be the vinegar tasting product, or you can use the high potency original Noni Juice. Now, what's important about this is to remember this, folks, is that if you're trying to control your blood glucose levels, drink a Noni Juice on a regular basis. Drop the serum blood sugar levels of patients from 326 milligrams to 198 milligrams over a 3-month period. Is that interesting to you? Should be, because that's just the start. And if you use more than 1 ounce a day, it'll go down even faster. So it's really a question of, what do you want? Do you want natural health, or do you want to continue doing the thing with medicine that just is a revolving door, getting you back to where you started every time you go through the door?
All right, Larry, and they can also, if they don't necessarily do online shopping, they can also call your toll-free hotline. Can you give that number to the listeners as well?
Yes, Doctor, our phone number is 1-800-842-5309. That's 1-800-842-5309. We're standing by, and we're happy to help you. If we're busy and for some reason they didn't answer, just leave your name and number. We'll call you right back. That's 1-800-842-5309. Tahiti Trader Noni Juice.
All right, Larry, and we've been talking about how Noni Juice may support heart health by lowering those cholesterol levels. We've been talking about the normalizing the blood pressure, helping with blood sugar, diabetes. You've done a lot of research on Noni Juice. What are some other things that it may help with? Maybe it's the immune system. Maybe it's just dropping that inflammation in the body. What all can Noni help with?
Noni is found to be the foundation of wellness. You'll find that it helps speed your healing process. You'll immediately feel an increase in your energy. I mean, immediately. If you have cloudy mornings where you can't figure out why, you just have this cloud over your head, it'll just clear it right out. It's an amazing thing. Most people feel it as soon as they drink it. That good of stuff, folks. Now, it's also good for your immune system. It'll build your immune system up if it's too low and bring it down if it's too high. And if you have high blood pressure, you'll find that it helps to regulate blood pressure. It'll come down several points, and over time, many more. And it's an amazing thing because the body wants to heal. And Noni has 165 specific nutrients not found in any other fruit or vegetable or anywhere. It's just found in Noni. And it is an amazing thing. You're going to love it.
And Larry, I know you've used the term the amazing adaptogen several times to describe noni juice. And would you say, how would you say it lowers that inflammation in the body? Of course, now with the standard American diet, the SAD diet that most Americans have, eating almost 70% of those ultra processed foods. How describe exactly why we need that inflammation markers lowered in our body?
Well, noni helps to manage the COX-2 enzyme. This, folks, is the enzyme that goes crazy when you have processed foods in your body. It just goes nuts because they're not supposed to be there. And noni helps to regulate those, and you'll find that it will drop significantly, and your inflammation levels will drop, and you'll find everything else comes into line.
Yeah, so Noni Juice by Tahiti Trader does a little bit of everything for the body. It's the amazing adaptogen, and I'm talking with Mr. Larry Logsdon, and he's been kind enough to continue his Dr. Bob Martin Show special, which is 2 Noni Juices, either the Island Style or the original formula, for $67.95, and he's throwing in his book that he wrote, How to Build an Amazing Immune System, and he's also giving you a branded shot glass that will help make it easy for you to measure out exactly how much of the noni juice that you need. All right, we'll be right back with Larry Logsdon. You're listening to the Dr. Bob Martin Show. Welcome back to the Dr. Bob Martin Show. I'm Dr. Adam Brockman, and well, my friends, we've covered a lot of ground this hour, from those sneaky sugars hiding in your pantry to the simple science-based strategies that can help you ditch the energy crashes and those cravings for good. If you take away just one thing from our time together today, let it be this: balanced blood sugar isn't about depriving yourself, it's about empowering yourself. You don't have to swear off carbs or live like a monk to feel your best. You just need the right tools. And now you've got some of those. One of those tools brought to you today we're talking about Noni Juice by Tahiti Trader and one of our favorite guests of the show, Mr. Larry Logsdon, who's a functional food researcher and the creator of the juice. Larry, thank you so much for joining us and sharing more on blood sugar control, statins, and everything else. Do you have any final words of wisdom before we go today?
Well, I can only say this much, Doctor. Folks, if you're looking to feel your best, if you're looking to notice a difference, if you'd like to improve your health, the easy way, I recommend you take the Dr. Bob special, the 2-bottle special, and follow the plan. And you're going to find you're going to feel better right away. You're going to love it, and most people do. In fact, we find that more than 70% of people who buy it again and again and again. And that's an amazing thing. Very few products are like that. Why is it? Because it actually works. You taste it, you feel it, and that's the most amazing thing in the world. But your body is going to improve. Your cholesterol will improve. Your blood glucose will improve. You're going to find that everything about your body improves, especially your energy and your healing process. It'll be generally improved. Why? This is an amazing thing. Wouldn't you want to have this in your pantry? Absolutely. Tahiti Trader Noni Juice, 2 bottles for $67.95. You either get the Island Style or our original blended with blueberry juice, together with my book, Build an Amazing Immune System, a whole full course on how to do it, together with our branded shot glass, all for $67.95 at TahitiTrader.com. That's TahitiTrader.com, or you can call us at 1-800-842-5309. That's 800-842-5309. Thank you.
All right, Larry, thank you so much for joining us today. So, listener, here's your homework. Pick one tip from today and put it into action. Maybe it's swapping that sugary drink for herbal tea or noni juice, or taking a walk after dinner, or adding more healthy fats to your plate. Whatever you choose, commit to it for just 1 week. Then watch how your energy shifts. And remember, we're always here for you. If you've missed something, if you want to revisit today's tips, head over to drbob.com where you can re-listen to the episode. You can also find other blood sugar balancing hacks or submit questions for an upcoming show. Before we sign off, I want to leave you with this final thought. Your body is always talking to you. Those afternoon crashes, those relentless cravings, they're not character flaws. They're just clues. You're listening to The Dr. Bob Martin Show.
Thanks for tuning in to Wellness Made Easy. For more health wisdom, visit TahitiTrader.com or follow us on your favorite social media channels. Your wellness journey is just getting started. Let's keep going together.